Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is my 8-month update for Peeping pans. I have really enjoyed this project throughout the year. It has flown by. It's a fun project for me and I haven't gotten sick of it once yet this year. This is a Fantastic Ladies collaboration and the focus of this project was to work on 4 to 6 items at a time and making small goals on the items. Hence the word peeping pans. A lot of people are choosing items that have a pan, and when they hit the pan and it's peeping, they can roll it out and move another one in. Other people chose products that don't have pans, like a foundation or a nail polish, and just made a mark on it to decide when they'd met that goal. For me personally, I've been working on my ginormous stash of ColourPop Super Shock shadows that I had not hit pan on previously, with the goal of hitting pan on and then rolling them out. I've been working on 6 shadows at a time and I can't remember what the number is, but I'm going to insert how many pans I've hit so far this year because somebody asked me every update. So right here, I'm going to insert how many pans I've hit so far, and I have a new pan for this update, which I'm really excited about because that means I get to roll a new item in. Unfortunately, that really is the only product out of the 6 that I worked on at all this month. I just have been focusing on too many other eyeshadows to get a lot of use out of these. A lot of these eyeshadows are good lid shades, the kind of shades that I like to put on my eyelid, and I just have too many of those to work on. So I'm gonna breeze through them really quickly, show you what they look like today, but the truth is most of them I haven't used even once. This is Prickly Pear. Been in the project since January 1st. It's the only remaining Super Shock shadow from the original 6. I just am not using it. It is way too close to a shadow that is in my Panette palette, and I go for that one every time over this one. Gorgeous shade. I love a bronzy color, but I'm not using it. Also, Weenie. It's a dark bronzy shade, a little bit more of an orange kind of bronze, or yeah, like a rose gold bronze. It's dark though. It looks light, but it's actually got a lot of depth to it, and I don't think I used it at all this month. Waddles was the shade that got rolled in last month. I would love to wear this shade. I could wear this every single day. I just didn't. I didn't use it even once. That's gonna be the story for today. All right, let's talk about Bill. I did a whole video on reviving Super Shock shadows. I used argan oil. I used this shade Bill because it was so dry that no product was coming onto my finger when I swiped it. And the argan oil worked like a dream. Unfortunately, we're kind of back to where we started just, I think, 2 months later. And it's not picking up a lot of product again. I know it's kind of dark. You can see a little bit right there on my finger, but I was pressing hard. And I like to use this with a brush in my crease and transition area, so I don't apply it with my finger. And the brush just isn't picking anything up. I'm not ready to give up on this yet, but I wanted to let any of you guys know who watched that video and repressed their shadows that in a couple months they might be stuck again. So I think what I'm gonna be doing is taking the product out, mixing it up one more time, smushing it all back together, putting it back in the pan, and see if I can get some more use out of it. If I hated this shadow, I would not be going to this much trouble. But I love this shadow, so why not? I'm having fun trying to figure out how to get the most out of these. I have over 70 Super Shock shadows, so if there is a way to get the most use out of these products before they all dry up and are garbage, that's what I want to do. So I know they're only $5 and I could just buy a new bill, and maybe I will at some point, but I want to give this all the love that I can give it before I call it quits on it. Up next is the My Little Pony collaboration in the shade Sunbeam. I did use this once or twice this month. This is such an amazing shadow. It is so fun. I'm glad it's in the project, and I'm looking forward to getting more use out of it over the next month or 2, but no pan. Okay, the shadow that I did hit pan on, I hit pan on this morning, and that is the shade Kennedy. It is gorgeous. It is a gorgeous shade. It is a beautiful matte peach. There's a pan right there. I've also used a lot of it. Sometimes when I'm working on these shadows, depending on what brush I'm using, I might be working straight downward. But for this one, I was using a more fluffy brush and doing a little swirling action. So I've actually gotten quite a big hole in the center. It took me 2 or 3 months to hit pan on this, but I really enjoyed using it. I have it up here today. I do have a little bit of the blush from my Pan That palette like right under it. So if you see more pink than peach, it's the blush, not this. This is a straight up peach color. But if you like peaches, not to eat, but on your eyes, I would definitely recommend the shade Kennedy. It is a good one. So when I was kind of debating over what shadow to roll into this project, I realized that the best thing for me to work on would be a shadow that has a similar function for me than this one. So I ended up rolling in the shade Cheeky. I've never used this on my eyes. I've swatched it, but I don't think I've ever once used this on my eyes. And it's more pink compared to Kennedy. Let me get it out so you can compare, but they're both matte. They're both the kind of shades that I love to start with when I'm doing my eye makeup. So you can see Kennedy, let me find a little bit of light here. Kennedy's more peach, Cheeky is more pink. I think some people use Cheeky as a blush too. I probably won't be using it as a blush because I have blushes to focus on. But I would like to try this and use it in the same way that I use Kennedy. It's the first shadow I put on. I apply it in the crease and upward to my brow bone, and then go from there with the rest of the shadows I'm applying every day. The last thing I need to roll into this project is another shadow that's good on the eyelid because I have too many of those in this project already. So hopefully this is a good choice and I can start making some good progress on this. I'm excited to use a ColourPop shadow that I own but have never used. That's crazy. And this project has really helped with me getting some great use out of some shadows that I've never worn at all prior to this year. So those are the 6 I'm gonna be working on. Kennedy's going back to the office. Thank you all so much for watching this update, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.